Hello YouTube and welcome to another episode of Ditto Fridays. Today, as you can see behind Devious, it's Christmas time.
It is Christmas time, look at this Christmas. Hang on, I need my hat. Hang on, you talk while I get my hat.
So we've been thinking about the Christmas adverts that come out, because obviously it is now December. We thought we'd watch some and rank them.
Yes.
Rank our top 10.
So this idea did come from Courtney. She said, "Yo, Jake, this would be a good, cool idea for a podcast." I thought, well, it's Christmas time. Let's try it out. So what we did was H chose 11 adverts that came out this year, and literally just before we started recording, we watched all of them and ranked them each 1 to 11, and then we added both the lists together to get an average, like, result kind of thing. Now, doing a top 10, because one of the adverts was bottom of the list, both lists, wasn't worth mentioning.
No, so
we're not going to talk about that one. Paige will put a link in the description to the playlist you made. Remember this, when you upload a video, put the list of adverts in the description, and then I'd like to see everyone else's list in the description down below. I think that'd be cool to see if they agree with us or not.
How are people going to put it in the description?
No, we could. They click on the playlist and put their lists in the description down below. Is what I meant to say.
In the comments down below.
In the comments, that's what I meant. Oh, it's okay.
Come on, you got a million. You got a million.
I know the plaques behind me and everything. Look at that. It's amazing. I still can't believe people fell for that. Anyway,
how many is it on?
As of recording, it's on about 80, and it's been out for less than 24 hours.
Bloody hell!
That's our best video ever. It's literally like 40 away from our best Ditto Fridays already, which was the song.
Bloody hell.
Ridiculous.
Right. Anyway, so number 10.
Number 10
what
on our
did we
list.
Put?
I rubbed out my original list.
Did you? Well,
I've only got a collective
number
list.
10?
Okay, so in 10th place on our list was Sports Direct advert.
Yes.
I think we both
for
had
me,
this last, or second to last. But yeah, in 10th place.
Yeah, well, around that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did 10th. But for me, it was alright.
It was alright. It was just because it had all the sports people in it, and it was just more like it was more Christmas themed than the JD Sports one, which we had last. That was the main reason that went above that for me.
For me, yeah. I think that it was just like, apparently it was meant to be quite big. Well, I suppose it's big with kind of who's in it, but I mean, it wasn't a big advert. Sort of other sense.
Like you would normally find at Christmas for like supermarkets and stuff, which we'll come on to later. But yeah.
Yeah, it was just basic. It was just a snowball fight, basically.
It was basically a snowball fight, and Big Nasty was in it, which was funny for like 2 seconds. But apart from that, it wasn't all that really, was it?
No.
No. So that's why it's last on our list.
Yes.
Yeah.
Number 9.
Number 9. I think we both had this number 9 as well. Sainsburys.
Yeah, we both went to Sainsburys.
Because Sainsburys in the past, I remember when they did the football World War One advert.
Yeah.
A couple of years ago, which was really, really good. And I thought, well, they got to do something similar, right, this year? No. I think because I'm comparing it to that advert, it's like on the list. Because literally just a still of Family Christmas, and that was it.
Yeah, well, it was Family Christmas with some nice camera
stuff. Yeah, if you're a camera person, you'll probably think it's the best advert ever.
Maybe you're like, look at that. But I mean, there's other adverts that would quite.
Yeah. I think collectively, all the like supermarket adverts, I think, were like all in like the same kind of area, like ranking wise, and it's probably the worst out of all of them.
Reasonably, I think. Because
I think in my head, I ranked all the supermarket ones together and thought this is the worst one out of all of those, kind of thing.
It definitely,
Yeah,
definitely was like
yeah,
it. I suppose. Well, you can't say it's not Christmassy, but it's not.
yeah. I mean, that's the
Not
problem with
really.
the Sports Direct one, because it just wasn't. Well, when it was Christmassy, but it wasn't like it would just could have been like winter wherever. Really, it wasn't.
Yeah,
It
but
wasn't.
I mean, it doesn't always. It doesn't snow at Christmas always, does it? I
No,
mean, it doesn't. I mean, it can snow in
it snowed yesterday,
February.
or whatever it was, Thursday.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
No, but I suppose it's not too bad now. But like in February time, it
yeah,
snows. It's like you
yeah,
know, it's
yeah.
just
That's why Sainsbury's was down there. It just wasn't. It just wasn't nothing special. It could. They could have
no.
put that out with like June, and no one would tell the difference. If they replaced that with like with like a barbecue or something, it'd be exactly the
Just
same.
yeah,
Just another
yeah.
by the sideline.
No, but that would work well this time of year in Australia, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would. It would. If any Australians are watching, you
Do
know.
they have? Do they have Barbie? No, not. Do they have Sainsbury's in Australia? I'm gonna
They
say, do
have
they have
barbecues in Australia. No, that's what they do. No, I don't know because none of these supermarkets are like even in America or anything apart from like I don't think any of our supermarkets are in America.
Asda technically?
Well, Asda technically, but yeah, anyway,
I go down to Walmart.
Walmart. Speaking of Walmart, M&S.
M&S. So
M&S is eighth on the list. I had this seventh, and you had this eighth. So far, we've been
yes,
practically similar. But
yeah.
M&S was Mr. Percy Pig.
I think it had potential to be higher.
It did have potential to be higher
I think.
because I thought Percy Pig was going on a massive adventure, but it was just Dawn French the fairy showing him around bloody M&S and all the food.
M&S.
Yeah.
Yeah, like. I mean, it was quite. It had to start off with. It had Night at the Museum vibes.
Yeah,
Like you had the security guard.
Yeah, I thought all the stuff was going to like come to life, and Percy Pig was just going to run around the store and everything attacked him and all this stuff. I thought that was how it was going to go with it, not that only Percy Pig came to life,
I know.
which was
Oh,
odd.
and a fairy.
And the fairy, but the fairy was magic, so that's she was the reason why he became magic.
Yeah, I just. I think they could have done a lot more. Even if he went outside the store and went somewhere.
Exactly, if he went on an adventure outside, you know, and just came back to M&S. Or he ran away and found a family who was eating M&S food on the table. That would have been more interesting than just going, oh, look at this on the shelf. Oh, look at that on the shelf.
I know.
I say that, but I put it higher than you. But I just thought because it's something different, could we not seen Percy Pig? I mean, Percy Pig's not even that Christmassy, is he? Percy Pig's all year round.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it wasn't real. It was Christmassy to some degree, but not exactly major Christmas. For me, anyway.
Well, yeah. Well, it wasn't. They didn't shout Christmas. Like if they released it in like September,
Again, it's one of those adverts. If they released it in like the middle of the year, no one would have batted an eyelid.
Instead of oh look at these pigs in blankets or whatever, they just go oh look at these
Halloween or whatever.
Oh look at these
Easter
this Barbie food.
Look at this. We're talking about barbecues again. Look at all these hot dogs. Look at all these stuff. You know.
Exactly.
It's just Again, one of those adverts is getting down low on the list.
Like we say that they're probably bloody reuse the advert.
They probably would. We'll come back in Easter time. Percy Pig will come to life and look at chocolate eggs. Guaranteed it.
Yeah.
Guaranteed it. But yeah, next on the list we have in number 7, we got Kevin the Carrot in Aldi. I had this in 8th, and I think you had it in 6th. I think 6th. Yeah.
Yeah.
Again,
I think it was.
It's not as good as previous Aldi adverts, I think, to my knowledge.
No, but there's quite a few puns.
Yes, I ranked it down because of the puns because they were so bad.
No, I ranked it up because of the puns.
What was it? Marcus Radishford. There was Ebenezer's A banana Scrooge.
A banana Scrooge.
Yeah.
There was the
I was trying to think what else puns there
what's
was.
the pie?
The pie.
I can't think what that was.
I can't remember anymore.
But I mean, it was.
The
I
puns
think.
were awful.
I think it was. I think it was. I think mine was like mid low because it was good,
Yeah.
but I think they've been bringing
It's like
out
the same advert every
this
year.
food thing. So it is like they tried to revive it with banana instead.
Yeah.
But
This is why I put M&S higher, because Percy Pig was something different. Kevin the Carrot
true.
has been a thing for God knows how long, and it's not like Kevin the Carrot has evolved and done stuff. It's like the same advert. It's basically the same kind of premise every time. Put Kevin in different scenarios. Do it. It'll be great. But no, it's the same thing.
Like Kevin was a doorknob.
Yeah, he was the because it basically was the what the hell's the film called? The play. I can't remember. My brain's gone blank. It's not Nightmare Before Christmas, is it? It's fucking. I know.
Christmas Carol, you idiot.
That's Christmas Carol. Why did I think it was a Nightmare Before Christmas? I just thought because at night he has a nightmare about ghosts. I don't know what my brain's on point. Okay, I'm sorry, but yeah, because it was a Christmas Carol, it was supposed to be. But was it Marty Crouch or whatever it's called? Was the door handle? Is that right? Is it Marty Crouch?
I think I can't remember.
I know it's not Barty Crouch. That's Harry Potter.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a bit odd. It was basically the Christmas Carol. Yeah, I put it 8. You put it 6. But yeah, again, it's in the supermarket bracket for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. So in 6th place, I think we both had this 5th because on 10 points, and it's Tesco.
Yes.
Which is spoiler alert, the top ranking supermarket advert on the list. Which I can.
Yes, it is.
It was for me. It was for me for sure. Just because
it was like
classic Queen song. You can't go wrong with that. And then there was funny moments throughout it as well. It was all good.
Yeah, I like Santa. The news was like, oh, Santa might not be able to come this year.
Yeah. And he gets the green pass if he's not got COVID.
COVID pass.
He's allowed to travel.
And everyone's like,
hey! Yeah. I think it was a good advert. And it was just the mum trying to get some cranberry sauce for the Christmas turkey at the end. I think it was a good way to wrap it up, kind of thing.
Yeah. I think it's definitely quite a good advert.
Yeah.
I think it was well balanced.
It was with like the humour and stuff as well. I think that was good.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I'm trying to think the other moment near the end with Santa.
I'm trying to remember now. When you watched it like half an hour ago, how had we forgotten? There was Santa, and then Santa did Santa things.
Santa did Santa things.
Santa did Santa things. That's the sum up of this video. This is not. If you want an expert analysis, it's not the video for you. But it's our opinion, and it's fine.
Okay,
Next up, in 5th place, scoring 12 points. Now I had McDonald's. If it was McDonald's, it's okay, it's McDonald's, right? Where did you have it? Can you see it on your list? You had it low, didn't you? You had it 7th. I had it 4th. This is why it's this high up. So why did you have it so low?
I don't know. I think it was just
because I had it 4th, about where it is on the list.
I think it was still good, but I mean, I think that it wasn't. It wasn't like, I don't know the words. Like it was good, but I think that there's been stuff like it before. It's not too. No.
Yeah, there's nothing
Um,
new. I just liked why I put it high was I love Iggy. Iggy's just amazing. I love him. I want my own Iggy, and
Sully Junior.
it's Sully Junior. Basically, that's what the vibe I got from immediately when I saw there was a monster in the closet, little girl. It was Monsters Inc. And then basically she grew up. She
They
forgot about Iggy.
they
Iggy was left in the cupboard forever. At the back of the cupboard, just left there. She got older. She went to McDonald's, saw this little boy having his carrots. Why is it surrounded by carrots? Why can't it be chicken nuggets? I don't know. But little boy eats his carrots. Then she remembers, oh my god, I remember Iggy. Flashback moment. Then she goes back home and Iggy's still in the cupboard waiting for her all this time. I just thought that was a good advert. And it was Monsters Inc. vibes. Can't go wrong with Monsters Inc. vibe.
it was it was
That
it's
was
a
the reason
bit
I put it
like
that high.
um I think McDonald's should have Iggy in Happy Meals or something.
They might actually do. I don't know if they do or not. I've not been to
I don't
McDonald's.
know. I don't know. Did I?
I don't know. I haven't had Happy Meal in ages either. I just have nugs if I go to McDonald's.
Did I? McDonald's
Happy Meal, Christmas 2021. They've got to, right? Or at least some subscription.
Happy Meal. No,
No,
no. I think they should.
they should. They should make Iggy like, even if it's just like they sell it. Like
Yeah.
you can buy an Iggy,
Go,
take the plushie or something, like a little one.
going a bit off topic though. Um
Oh,
I
here we
saw
go.
online. Yeah, I was on TikTok earlier that in the McDonald's in Spain,
Yeah,
you've got like the normal McDonald's, and next to it, you typically have the cafe section, which is basically it's literally like Costa Coffee or Starbucks,
yeah, but just McDonald's.
but McDonald's.
Yeah,
So they sell like proper cakes and
stuff.
shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like they should.
Well, they just combine it in this country, but they don't do the cakes and stuff, do they? I don't think.
No, no. But I
No,
mean,
they do apple pie.
it looks like
It basically looks like a Costa, but it's McDonald's, basically.
it's a Costa, but if everything was yellow.
Fair enough.
But I mean, but they do like you can buy your own mugs there as well. You have a
We're going
McDonald's
completely
mug.
off topic. Right, fourth place. Technically right. Next two spots got the same score, but
Yeah,
one of the two, one of us put first, but is down here in third. So we're going to go for the other one first, which was Celebrations,
yes.
which was the
I
funniest one out of all of them.
I quite liked that advert
It was
because
very funny. It was basically right because everyone does, oh, at the end of celebration, no one eats the bounties because no one likes bounties. So basically, it was the bounty. It was someone dressed as a bounty bar being very sad because no one loves him, and then a Brussels sprout comes along and they fall in love because no one likes Brussels sprouts either. That was
Yeah,
the premise of it.
but yeah, no, that was quite good. And I think at the end as well.
At
Now,
the end, they did an appeal for to everyone to donate their bounties at the end of the year to like a charity, so they can give
yeah,
home to someone who would eat the bounties. I thought that was really funny.
I know
Because
that was
I'm that
like.
guy who eats the bounties because I like coconut.
Well, there you go. If anyone
If you
wants
don't eat
to
the bounties,
donate
send them to
to,
the diabetic YouTube Twitch/YouTube star, and he'll eat them over the course of the year.
you
Very
can't say
slowly.
Twitch star.
I can't say Twitch star. I could be YouTube star. Exactly. But yeah, yeah. For me, I put it fourth. I think. Where did you put it? You put it higher. Well.
Third. I put it third.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 6 plus 7 is 15. Yeah. Is it? Yeah, it is. No, it's
Yeah.
not. 6 plus 7 is 15, right? No, it's not. It's 13. It's fine. It's in the right position. It's in the right position. It's in the right position. I can't believe I did 6 plus 7 wrong. I'm an idiot. What do I think that was 15? It's 13. Yeah, the rest of the list is fine. I just couldn't do 6 plus 7 apparently. But yeah, it's in the right position. It doesn't matter. I just got the numbers wrong. So it's not tied with what you put first. Spoiler alert. It's just underneath it. But yeah, Celebrations is a good advert. You should definitely watch it. If you watch any advert on this list, which you probably won't have seen, it's probably that one. So definitely watch that one.
Before today, I haven't seen any of these.
Yeah, I think I've only seen the John Lewis one. I think out of all the list, but that's a spoiler. Obviously, that's going to be high because it's high bloody every year. But anyway, third place. H had this first. I had it 5th.
Yeah.
Which is the Apple advert.
Yes, I think it was very. To me, it was very heartwarming.
It was. Yeah. You put it first, so you talk about it first. You put it number 1.
Basically, sort of, this girl had a few snowmen. I think it was her brother or someone who kicked over all the big ones.
Yeah,
so
because they were melting to melt, so you just kicked them all down.
And because they melt, yeah. So this girl sort of ran with this baby snowman and put it in the freezer.
Snowman. Yeah, put it in the freezer.
Over the summer when they went out, wherever, they had it in a ice bucket.
Ice bucket. Yeah, so you kept it in the you basically kept it cool for the entire 24 hours, whole year, for next Christmas where it snowed again, so she could put it outside in the garden again.
Yeah, and then as soon as she put it out in the garden, someone knocked it over with their bicycle.
Literally, as soon as you put it down, she walked away and went, "Yes, my year's work has come through." Immediately, cyclist, gone.
Yeah.
I was like, well, that was something, right? And then the older brother who knocked them all down the year before helped her build a new one, exactly the same one, Snowman 2.0. Did it have a name?
Simon,
that was it. Simon the Snowman. Simon 2.0 was born, exactly the same, and that was the end of the advert.
Yeah,
now, for the reason why I put it 5th was because at the start, because it was like the second one we watched, so I thought it could be hard to beat this. And then I put the Celebrations ones above it because I thought that was funny, and that's my type of advert, like the funny one, so that was definitely above it.
Yeah.
Obviously, the other ones above it were the top 2, and I think I put McDonald's high as well because I love Iggy so much.
Yeah.
Because I felt more attached to Iggy than I did the Snowman. That's why I kind of put that higher.
No.
In my opinion.
The Snowman.
Yeah. So I put it 5th, but I'll definitely explain why the top 2 were better than it for me personally. But yeah, I did like it, but there was just something about the other ones which I preferred better because I was more attached to Iggy. The Celebration one was humorous, and I think if the Celebration one was like more of like big time, big show kind of thing, it probably would be first for me. But because it was like simple, it wasn't that high. Like if it had like a funny musical number or something.
No, but I mean, simple can be effective.
Yeah, simple can be effective, but I was expect if the Celebrations was like a song instead of just the thing as well, I think that'd be if they did like a song, if he was like singing a song throughout the entire thing. So like lonely, I'm so lonely, or something like that. Like a really sad song, he would just sing it out.
I was thinking of the Pink song. Please, please, don't leave me.
All I said, how I don't need you. Yeah, or something like that. Of like he being unloved. If it had a song behind it and it was like funny as well, that would be number 1. Celebration. If you're watching this. They're not watching this, but if you're watching this, A, could you sponsor us, please? And B,
no, yeah.
Next year, can you put a musical twist on it? That'd be great because they're my favourite adverts. Ones with music in them. For me.
And that brings us to the next one.
This brings us to top 2. Now,
so number 2.
Number 2 is what I had in first place. and H had in
Yes.
third place.
Fourth.
Fourth place.
Yeah, Celebrations was my third.
Oh damn. Yeah, I had Disney's advert first. Now the reason
Yeah.
I put this first was it had the same type of like, because after we watched it, we both said this is exactly the same as the Apple like video advert like story line kind of thing.
Ish.
It's kind of ish.
Well, not exactly, but you've
It
got the
was
same.
kind of similar because it was a step. Basically, the concept was stepdad, right? New stepdad for Christmas. Like all the families merge together and stuff, and then they go out. They build your own gingerbread house type thing. They build it up.
Yeah.
And so they finish it. Then the dog comes in and just smashes it up, and then the two kids cry to go to bed because they're upset because the gingerbread house is broken. Then overnight, stepdad and the dog rebuild the gingerbread house, the Disney gingerbread house, and everyone's happy again. Also, the song I really liked in it as well, because the original song, it sounded like it was actually from like a Disney film, like Frozen or something. And obviously, it had the cameo of Moana in it, it had Frozen in it, it had Mickey Mouse in it, you know, all the Disney stuff.
Yeah.
It just like, it felt like a Pixar short kind of thing. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah. No, it definitely did.
And they're always really, really good. So that's why I put it. I'm a Disney biased. I'm going to say there's loads of Disney behind me, but right now there isn't. Because I haven't got any Disney. Oh, there is a Stitch on the tree, but actually, you can't really see it. But, yeah. That's why I really, really liked it. So why did you have it down in fourth?
I think it was good, but I think that the Celebrations one was funny.
Yeah.
And then my top two, I think, because they were quite more cinematic.
Yeah. I thought you'd put the cinematic one in the top.
I think, to me, they both had quite a bit of meaning. Like, the Disney one did, but I mean...
The Disney one was kind of cinematic. It was just the other two were more IRL cinematic. And I said to you before,
yeah.
Me personally, I prefer, like... I think that the animated ones are just better. Like, the one I remember, the John Lewis, the dragon one, I really liked. That was animated.
Yeah.
What other one was there?
I call it the Greta Thunberg one because of the meme.
Yeah. And then obviously, like, and then the penguin one as well, I remember. That was kind of animated as well. They're, like, my favourite ones.
Yeah, I like the penguin one. But I think my favourite John Lewis one was the boxer.
Oh, the trampoline one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that one.
We could have just done a list of the John Lewis adverts, to be honest. But that's by the by. But yeah. So yeah, Disney. Speaking of John Lewis, we haven't mentioned it yet, have we? No. So
because that's
first. Even though none of us put it first.
No one.
We both put it second, which was why it was first. It's because I put Disney first, H put Apple first, and we both put the respective ones like fourth or fifth. So it didn't rise to the top, kind of thing.
Yeah, but that's how democracy works. When it's like pick your first vote and then pick your second
third,
vote.
Fourth, fifth, yeah. But yeah, John Lewis was first for us. Which, because before I watched any of these adverts, I thought John Lewis is probably going to be up there anyway because they always are really good. So I wasn't surprised that it was first overall before we started.
No.
But I put it second behind the Disney one because obviously, like I said before, I'm out of animation biased. If it was animated, if the alien in the advert was like reminded me of like Iggy from the McDonald's advert, it probably would be first.
Yeah, I think.
Because I didn't have that connection with the alien. That's why it was second. Other than that, I really loved it.
Yeah, that's why I put it second. I didn't have as much connection towards that than the Apple one, but I think
you had more connection to a snowman, inanimate snowman, than an alien child.
Yeah. But I mean, I suppose it still had some meaning because it's like we still might be distant because of COVID, but obviously you can still love the people you love, kind of thing. I think it adds for me. It still had quite good reasoning.
Yeah, it was like it reminded me of like E.T. Even I've not seen E.T. Everyone's gonna shout me for that. But basically,
that's noisy rings, isn't it?
I don't know. I've not seen it. I don't know why.
I don't know. I haven't.
Found home, stuff like that.
I know
not
that.
seen it. I don't think it's on Netflix, so I can't really watch it. But anyway, it might be on Netflix actually. Maybe I'll watch it at some point. I don't know. Off topic, but it reminds me. Alien. It's the problem with me was the only problem with it is like the same thing. Alien crashes to Earth. Little kid teaches it about Christmas, and then it flies away and gives him a kiss on the cheek because it watched a Christmas film. It reminded me of WALL-E.
Yeah. WALL-E.
It reminded me of WALL-E. Eve was the alien. WALL-E was the child. WALL-E tries to teach Eve all this stuff. At the end of the film, they do the kiss, and then that's it. That's the film. It was basically IRL WALL-E minus the actual big action bit with the shoe and the plant. That's what it was. It was just the romantic side of WALL-E in a film about Christmas. That's my summary of the advert.
What WALL-E live action?
The romantic side of WALL-E live action. Speaking of that, right? You know Disney. Okay, I'm going completely off topic here, right?
Yeah.
You know Disney are doing live actions all the time now.
Yes.
When are Pixar doing it?
Ooh.
I want to see Toy Story. Then
I want to see Toy Story live action.
Incredibles live action would be amazing. Ratatouille, yes. Up, yes. WALL-E, yes. Finding Dory would be kind of cool. Finding Nemo. Monsters Inc. Monsters Inc. I don't think would work because Monsters Inc. would work because Boo would actually be an actual human being child.
Yeah.
Right. Disney, get on it. Anyway, John Lewis. What was the song they used in John Lewis? I can't remember the song now.
Right.
What was the song they used?
Apparently.
What?
Apparently, there's going to be a live action of Monsters Inc. come out on the 14th of July 2028.
They're starting off with Monsters Inc. I thought they were doing an order. Anyway. What was the song they used in the advert? I'm trying to remember what the song was now. It's a famous song, but it was sung by someone different. What was it?
What was it? What was it?
What was the song used in the advert? John Lewis advert. It's a famous song sung by not the original artist. That's why I'm stumbling on it. Quickly Google it. Because it is a popular song. It wasn't Queen level like popularity, but it was a good top song. Like in the Tesco one. It was
Ever an Electric Dream.
Oh yeah, it was. That's Forever in Electric Dream. Bum, bum, bum. That was an interesting choice of song actually. To be fair. Maybe not, because the aliens from space, so that's mainly electric, and the kid was probably on drugs or something to see an alien, so it was on electric dreams. But yeah, that is our top 10 Christmas adverts.
It is.
If there's any you think we've missed out on the list, which have come out this year, we didn't add Coca-Cola because that's the same every bloody year, so it doesn't really worth ranking.
No.
I don't think what else there might have been. I don't know. But yeah.
I don't know what else there could have been.
I don't know. If you guys want to see more top 10 podcasts, let us know in the comments.
Yes. Also, let us know your top 10 advert.
Yes, let us know that in the comment section down below. And also, if you're in the Discord, we can chat about it then when this goes up. Have a debate about it.
Definitely.
Because I know you like the Pixar Theory video we did, so this might be like similar type of vibe to that. So we might have to do.
And I know you really liked our last video as well.
Oh yeah, you want to see more funny stuff from us. That's what you want to see. But yeah, if you guys have enjoyed the podcast, make sure to like, subscribe, all that good stuff down below. Next week is food. Does everyone want to go check that out? Is it food? Or is it
food? Yes, no, it is food. I think
it's food. But yeah, we've got food video next week, so you should definitely go check out.
So that's technically
it's technically the last Ditto Fridays before Christmas.
Christmas time. Yeah.
Be a good one. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe. Links to the Discord, Twitch, and all my socials should be in the description down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you guys next week on the YouTubes. Bye. Roll the credits.